Man, life changes so drastically and so quickly. One moment Juan Soto's on the San Diego Padres with what looked to be potentially the greatest super team of all time. Then he's a Yankee, now a Met with the biggest contract ever, while God knows what's next for the Padres, even though they just had a really good year, but they have a lot of unwanted money on the books, and so, yeah, life is crazy. But there was a period in time where Juan Soto was a San Diego Padre alongside Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr., that probably seems like a different life at this point, but that was real. That happened. And during Soto's free agency process, he apparently brought something up to teams that doesn't shock me and probably doesn't shock you either that much. It makes a lot of sense. Really quick, as always, if you're part of the 59% of viewers not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button if you enjoy the videos, as it's being reported that Juan Soto didn't get along with Manny Machado very much when he was in San Diego, which was a big difference between his relationship with, say, Aaron Judge this past year in New York. According to the report, the Yankees' internal perception was that Soto had a great experience in his 1 year with the Yankees, and him and Judge got along great, were very supportive of each other, etc. Soto later acknowledged during his November conversations with teams that his previous relationship with a superstar teammate in San Diego with the Padres, Manny Machado, had been difficult, but with Judge, everything seemed to go smoothly. And with Manny Machado being mentioned, I'm now legally obligated to show you the greatest Manny Machado impression of all time that will never be topped.
Major League, San Diego Padres, Manny Machado. Manny Machado.
But yeah, first things first, it's not at all weird to see that if Soto had a problem with anyone between Manny Machado and Aaron Judge, it was Manny Machado. Aaron Judge is your prototypical Yankee, just a pure class act. Yeah, I know there's been some dicks over the years, just like with any team, but, you know, like the faces of each Yankee team. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, Derek Jeter, now Aaron Judge. The perfect, not just players, but people you want to be the face of your franchise. Especially with one like the Yankees, where it's all about putting the team before any individual anything, respecting the whole Yankee way, etc. So yeah, Juan Soto just left the Yankees for the Mets, and Judge probably isn't very excited about that, but he's not at all a reason why Soto left. The two had a good relationship when teammates, and it's pretty easy to see why, especially also when, you know, Soto was the only other batter on the Yankees beside Judge who understood how to hit a baseball, so he was probably like, yeah, Juan, you see all these idiots trying to hit around us? So I'm sure they bonded over that. No, but overall, the two got along, and when you look at Manny Machado, it's obviously easy to see why he wouldn't get along with Soto, or not necessarily even Soto specifically, just in general. If you hear a report about a player not getting along with Machado, I'm willing to bet your first thought isn't to call it some crazy conspiracy theory and act like how any murderer's family acts after the fact with the whole, I would have never thought he'd do something like this. Like, yeah, you probably don't think twice about it. Machado is just one of those guys who obviously has a history of controversy, but here's exactly what the report said. At the end of 2023, there were reports about leadership issues within the clubhouse, particularly concerning Machado, and lots of talk about how toxic that clubhouse was. Now, we don't know that for sure, like exactly like the details, but it's been reported by Kevin Acee, who covers the Padres for The Athletic. At the time, he reported that several sources told him they believe the issue is a lack of engagement. This, according to multiple veterans who had been with the Padres for varying lengths of time and most who have also played for other teams, is largely born of the team's best players being on their own programs to some extent. And in particular, it is the product of there being an outsized presence who commands the room. A man who has shown the ability to carry a team but has not exhibited the ability nor inclination to lift it. So in other words, the big names of the clubhouse weren't very team-oriented. And look, team chemistry does matter, man. There's a lot that goes into a winning baseball team, but chemistry is definitely an important part. You can put the best players in the world alongside each other, but if they don't like each other, that doesn't help. It's not going to be a very good environment to play in. And you could come at this from a Juan Soto perspective too, that it's his fault. A relatively popular take after signing with the Mets is that he's a greedy prima donna, and maybe he was a little distant and not too team-oriented with the Padres. I don't know. He probably did some stuff that rubbed Machado the wrong way, kind of like Tatis did.
Her sister was a witch, right? And what was her sister? A princess! The Wicked Witch of the East, bro!
Whether it was right or not, I don't know. I'm just saying I think that's maybe what happened. And that's where the conflict probably came in. And well, right after Soto gets traded, the Padres go on to win the most games in a season in over 25 years. Now, is that strictly because Juan Soto wasn't on the team? No, obviously not. But maybe the culture became better somehow after he left, and they made some moves to change things up. Manny was still around. He wasn't any change. So I don't know. In the end, do I really think Soto and Machado couldn't stand each other and hate each other to this day? No. And stuff like this would show that that's not the case. I'm sure there was at least some conflict and things that just weren't very compatible between the two. That would make a lot of sense. But regardless, Juan Soto is a New York Met now, and I assume him, Francisco Lindor, among others, will get along just fine. I think he's going to fit in really well with the Mets. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you for watching.